Let us continue playing King of Dragon Pass for in year 1337C season. When we last left off, we made a few errors in the last year, to be honest. First off, raiding during the planting season, which put us down on food, and in correcting that, we lost one of our major temples. We also have under 600 cattle again, which is not a good situation to be in. We need the Arola temple built. We also do need a Lhankor Mhy temple built as well. So those are the two priorities for this year. Other priorities is basically keeping everybody happy, getting a trade route set back up, because we've lost a trade route last time. So that's what we're going to send off Hendrik to do. Establish route, large caravan, and we're going to establish that with... Actually, who do we want to send that with? We got one with the apples, the Orlundi of the Moulding, possibly the Anzani, rather. What are the Anzani known for? Mad Chieftains. Let's go and trade with the Mad Chieftains. Maybe they'll be crazy enough to do it. Send. Great warriors of the death god Hamux, assemble in your clan hall to make you an offer. The lands around here are rife with the undead. It is our duty to Hamux to wipe out these beings, which are an anathema to him. Give us permission to range about your chula, slaughtering the unliving wherever they lurk. It is one thing to give away wealth, but quite another thing to give it away for nothing. They are great warriors. We don't want them angry at us. How can we refuse them? Hamukti are known for their fanatical loathing of the undead. Please, no gifts or sacrifices this time. Ermel once said that Hamuk was once a sword, but became Orlem's brother. Hamuk defended, stuffed him in a barrel without food. Ermel grew thin enough to squeeze through the barrel slats. We give them permission. They found spectres and ghouls everywhere and put them to the sword. They knew that our lands were haunted, but had no idea just how much danger our people were in. We were overjoyed. Hooray! Overjoyed. How's the clan move doing, actually? Still grim, but I suppose we're getting things recovered. Right. So that emissary is now sent off. We're going to try sacrifice 10 goods for mysteries. Calf blessing. Our caravan from the Anzari. Although I can make a small profit, I cannot convince them to set up an ongoing trade relationship. This is hospitality, and we talked at length. Reports of his courage are not exaggerated. He thirsts for battle. Right. Build. Temple. The Wildcats have a new chief, Brigbane. He is known for his piety and his cruelty. Their former chief, Kalai, stepped aside after a god-talker of a knowing god performed disturbing auguries. We're being raided by the Great Foxes. We can only raise 17 weapon thanes and 72 of the Fjord in time. Well, let's see if we can't take some captives. Skirmish. 1 point of magic. Go. We've changed missile fire with them, but never closed. And, yeah, they got off a lot worse than we did. Ooh, hold on. Great warriors of the Death God Hamuk, assemble in your clan hall to petition for help. Grey Fox explorers found a nest of walking corpses while exploring to the north. It's our duty to Hamuk to wipe out these beings. It's your duty to people of Dragon Pass to help us for all benefit when the undead are slain. Hamuk's veins are useful, but sometimes follow their own rules. We can spare a few warriors for a brief expedition against the undead. Yeah, we'll send some warriors. We'll send 7. They said we were honourable and departed with our warriors in tow. Excellent. Now we'll change that to calf blessing because we need that. Next up, we need to sacrifice to Lhankor Mhy. We're in fire season, so this is the season for raiding. However, we're going to sacrifice 10 goods. Clan law. Right. Now if we can build a temple of that, we'll be sorted. Sacrifice for a blessing. So we obviously need more goods for that. We have 601 cattle, 21 goods. Our weapon thing numbers are a bit lower than they otherwise were. Let's go and actually up the patrols a little. Then I think we need to try and set up another trade agreement. So we'll send 3 and 12. Large established route with the Anzani. Send. The warriors are back from their mission to slay walking corpses alongside Tamakti. They said the fighting was fierce, but none of them were slain or seriously hurt. They said there was no treasure to be found in the monster's lair, but that is often the way with walking corpses. The allegation of the clan's prominent women complained to the ring that their rights are not being respected. The men have grown ill-tempered and insulting, and that Vigna is not a complete goddess. Something must be done to curb their improper behaviour. The scolding will make the men feel worse, and then they will act worse. We should encourage Karenda to still their tongues so that the men and women can begin to speak pleasantly to one another again. The fires of discontent have been fanned by Karenda into constant criticism of the men. Their complaints are warranted. The men are in a bad mood, which moves them to act improperly. They are right. The men have committed gross offences against the women. When Hjort made the laws, King Hjort said men are not superior to women, and women are not superior to men. Each must respect the other. Oh, Markalaw. Oh, Markalaw. Let's go with that. The men said they did not realise the women were insulted and promised to show them more respect in future. Hurrah! We have 1,000 food. That seems more than suitable right now. Let's go to our shrines and just check how we're doing here. Adequate clan magic. We are sacrificing 50 goods. We shouldn't make that many before we get there. How's calm, vengeful people? I'm tempted to send out another trade route. Do we have any more bargaining? We don't actually have anybody else who has a good bargaining skill. Our best is probably you. Large established route, and we want you to go to the Orlandi. The caravan is back from the Anzari. They agreed to trade with us on a regular basis and we made a profit from a trip. Excellent. We're up to the 50 goods we need to maintain our temples. So we're not going to do any more than that. We're into dark season. Let's just have a random explore of our Chula. 3 and 10. On our recent exploration of Chula, we descended into a valley dense with thickets. There is a large quantity of old bones and ivory teeth here. Excellent. We agreed to profit us on a regular basis. The Orlandi have more fortifications than we do. Excellent. Olcan, the prosperous herdsman of the Squatek clan, has come as an emissary from his clan leaders. He has gifts to you. Says they are worth 13 cows altogether. If we feasted them, we could bring cheer to our own people and theirs. They give us gifts because they are weak. Refuse the gifts and raid them honourably. We can hope this is a prelude to a trade agreement. It would be generous to give them a reciprocal gift. When Thanes arrived to gift Bad King Ungrain, he took their wares and their wagons and horses too. He then enslaved the Thanes. Their clan came and made war on him, laying waste to his fields. Take the gifts and trade for more cattle. A surprise gift is a gift of the gods. We risk bad luck if we refuse them. Yeah, let's do that. They toasted generosity and said they would speak of it to others. Our people made merry and toasted the clan ring. Hurrah! Hopefully that should have improved the clan mood slightly. Weapon veins are unshakable. The farmers are resolved, but the clan mood is still grim. We now have 82 goods. So we have the clan law set up there, but we need either the law speaker or literacy things here, I believe. So that's something to prepare for anyway. How many are we sacrificing right now? I think it's only 50, wasn't it? 50 goods. Let's get a sacrifice to Vigna going for 10 goods. Sacrifice. Confused visions. Well, it was worth a shot anyway. Oh, one thing I do need to do is go and up the patrols, actually, now we're in storm season again and we are at risk. Need to adjust our crafting goods because now we're producing ivory as well. A sign. Warriors of the Hendart clan burst into the stead of Priforth, one of your prominent cars, and beat him severely and slash him with their swords. They also hurt his wife, Garnavina. Then when she tries to intervene, they flee before the other defenders can be roused to fight them. Garnavina says they are taking revenge on Fifth for beating one of their clanmates after a drunken beating in the forest lands outside Chula. Let's speak. Although the people want to see Frivolf's attackers pay for what they have done, they will be satisfied if we can convince Frivolf to forgive their crimes. This will leave our good relations with the Hendati intact. We can still beat them, and beat them soundly. Left to his own devices, Frivolf will pursue violent revenge. The nastiest revenge is not always the bloodiest. Find a peaceful solution. Orlamf undermined the bad Emperor by his scathing keenings. The Emperor heard Orlamf's verses sung by his birds and mooed by his cattle, and that is why all the Emperor's minions helped Orlamf when he came to rescue Enolda. This situation calls for the Greybeards, and the Brown, and the Blonde, and the Redbeards too. Well, let's launch a legal claim. We need somebody who's good all round, so I think it is Salinarg. Though if it was somebody of Lhankor Mhy, we could it'd probably be better, but we shall have you argue the case. Salinarg argued well, but Vengeance Takers Clanring refused to consider the merits of our case and sided with their kin. Fair enough, we're now up to 93 goods. We have various sacrifices there. We can actually build this back. Oh no, we can't. 50 plus, yeah. Alright, fair enough, we can't do that. We have a double hammocks. Let's go and build another 10. No, we can't do that either. We need another ritual, that's why. Sacrifice 10 goods to Isaris. Confused visions. Markalor, you are failing horribly at this. Yesterday, our herders found that our prize bull Blacktail had died. At least he will live on in his plentiful offspring. We have lost our cow producing bonus. We have 3 less cattle. 7 more horses, 10 fewer sheep, 23 more people, which is good. Our food situation is massively improved, and we are producing a lot of goods. So let us proceed into year 1338. No other omens, typical harvest. 16 reserve magic. We're doing well here. So what we want to do is put 2 into mysteries. 1 into herds. 2 into crops, 1 into health, 1 into war. Possibly 1 into trade as well, actually. Actually, I don't consider anything wrong with not receiving any omens. We have a reasonable reserve, but we should keep at least 7 on hand. We never have too much magic. Which is a generally good rule of thumb, actually. Now we can have 7 in reserve most of the time. It's always going to be fairly useful. In fact, we are going to put 2 into... We're going to put 2 into health. Magic just for the moment. Proceed. Robasart died of old age. The clan will miss him. Oh, you again. Arg. I know you worked hard to arrange those other marriages for me, but the brides, they all divorced me soon afterwards, saying they couldn't stand to look at me anymore. I have a good heart. I am kind. I hold the Orlanthi virtues. Surely I deserve a 3rd good wife. You know what? Let's try this again. Hurrah! We've made it worse again and lost more magic. Alright then. How many times can we afford to bribe another clan for a bride? How do we ask him to accept his lot in life? Gossip spreads, so it'll be very hard to convince another clan to give us a bride for him. He was sad, but said that the words of a clan ring had truth in them. Oh dear. No, it was just getting a bit silly, and we can't afford to lose the gifts we got at the moment. Well, the goods we got rather. So anyway, where are we currently? We have... No, can't do that yet. We need some more rituals there. Let's think about this one actually. We want to upgrade the Isaris temple. We do need to do that really. So let's try another... There we go, Silver Tongue. Which helps our traders and negotiators. So now we can wait and build up an upgraded temple. Once we do that, we can actually have an additional trade route, which will help our goods staying high. Which we're going to need to trade goods for cattle fairly shortly. Let's see. No point in raiding during sea season. We've probably explored everything we need to explore, to be really honest. Let's explore. Take free weapon veins, and no, actually we're not going to explore because that'll take away from the harvest again. Not a lot we need to do, really. Who owes us favours? The Red Fox owe us favours. Send an emissary, asking for cattle. 3 and 10. When in doubt, give gifts! Or ask for them. Followers of the Hunter God, Ordalia, appear before you to make an offer. We will gather many other devotees of Ordalia here. We will perform a ritual that will increase the availability of game in this area. Naturally, we expect you to give us a reason to perform this ritual. Many of them friends of our apples who are our friends. They'll happily accept a future favour. Of course, they expect a gift or favour in return. Could do. If our magic is strong, we can afford to share some. Hunting around here is already good. Ordalia's rituals do not attract game, they scare it away. Let's give them 1 magic. For a little magic we meant to give them, they declined our offer and departed. Whoops. Lismelda, a Nomelding clan trader, arrives at your chair.
Congratulations on finding a store of ivory. These old teeth and horns have some interest to a number of other clans, and we want to trade them for you. We'll save you the trouble of digging, cleaning, and carving these musty things. We'll even pay you 10 goods. Imagine, a profit with no work on your part.
We're going to offer them a trade agreement. We told them they found it, it's odds to trade, and the Nomeldings eventually agreed to pay 10 cows worth of goods every year in exchange for the best pick of the ivory. Our customers were annoyed they weren't going to get the worst work with the best ivory. Our relations aren't the best. Their chief, Garanth, is well known for his generosity. Perhaps we could get a little more than the customary amount if we asked. Hey! Some of his cows seemed unhappy with our request, but 25 cows is 25 cows. We're in fire season. Right, let's just see how things are. There's obviously the Tanner Hearts, who did have a failed raid against them recently, but they haven't actually attacked us in a while. The Grey Foxes did, though. Let's raid the Grey Foxes. You know what? I'm actually tempted to do that as well. So, let's raid the Grey Foxes. We are feuding with them, of course. We're going to send in 140 footmen, 40 auxiliaries. We're even going to... No, we're just destroyed by ourselves. Now, 16 weapon thanes and 140 footmen are facing fairly equal numbers, actually. Alright, so let's play 2 magic. We're going to sacrifice the Hamuks. We're going to take captives if we can and charge. Both sides are able to engage. Veneno catches a glimpse of her friend, Rubisart, confronting enemy weapon thanes. There are far too many for Vienna to intervene. In another second, Rosabart falls, bleeding from his many wounds. The Grey Fox thanes disappear into the melee. What should he do? Lead our warriors to victory! First Grey Fox warrior who engaged Venena in combat got lucky and sliced off one part of her fingers on Venena's sword hand. She recovered after the battle, but could not control the weapon well enough to frighten the Grey Foxes that day. Fierce fighting ensued. Our magic smote them mightily. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take any captives. We captured 24 cows, 12 horses, and took 18 cows with loot. We're being raided by the Wildcats now. Take captives. Skip maneuver. And one magic. Go. Wildcats tried to hold us off with their missiles. We maneuvered well and fell on their flanks. Battle goes poorly around Wilms. The Wildcats' battle cries are fierce, and our warriors can scarcely be heard. Wilms is nearest to the warriors, who appeared most likely to flee at any moment. What should Wilms do? Fight harder to make up with the cowards! Several of our warriors ran away, but Wilms leapt towards the enemy before they could pursue. Wilms cut through the Wildcats' shields and armor as if they were children's toys, but there were too many of them. Wilms fell. Fortunately, it took more than a few Wildcats to kill Wilms, but he was only wounded. That's alright. The fighting was over quickly. Their magic was stronger than ours, but we quickly rallied. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take any captives. Grey Foxes stole 29 cows in a cattle raid. Darn it! Well, that was fairly all over the place, that one. How many weapon veins do we need? We need a few more. But we have 101 goods now, so at the very least we're sorted on that front. What else can we do in fire season? We can still not build that. Dead. Thinking about things for the moment. Let's sacrifice 15 goods to Lhankor Mhy. We learn the Law Speaker ritual. The men of the Ansari clan arrive at the boundaries of Uchula, pulling a cart loaded down with grain. They seem unhappy. When asked what is happening, they explain they were paying off a bet. Your clanmate, Makalor, was gambling with our chieftain all night long. He lost at every game he played, and forever in debt. And on the last game of the dice, he won everything back and more. We suspect he used trickster magic or will pay our debt because we are an honourable clan. The people are delighted with Makalor's winnings, they'll be disappointed if we give them back. Refusing to accept their grain would dishonour them. We cannot afford to be... we would be saying that we cannot afford to pay their debts. In gambling as well as in trade, a bargain is a bargain. Refusing to accept their grain would dishonour them. Giving a reciprocal gift would not. It's enough grain to feed 100 people for a year. They will suffer without it. With that much grain coming in, we can afford to give them reciprocal gifts. Let me tell them I am a trickster, so they will know how I hoodwinked them. That goes against quite a lot of what we said here. Give them a reciprocal gift. We're going to give them 15 goods. They praised our generosity. And food! Excellent. Right, so we now have Law Speaker there, but we can't build a shrine currently for whatever reason. 50. Clan magic is poor. On their hero quests, we have as many shrines and temples as we can support. Ah, that's the one. That's okay then. So what we could do here, we're going to have to consider hero questing probably next year. But that's fine. Farmers are discontented. Let's go and give 10 gifts to the farmers. Right, next up then. Actually, let's just go and check what our current rituals are on various things. So we have either trading or... trading is probably better, but... I'll go to Silver Tongue for now. Amongst his battle and true sword, which is fine. How's the farming doing? We can handle another 11 hides. Just working things out now. Don't have enough oxen to plough our fields. Right, so we can't handle both at the moment, but... Don't have enough cattle. Herds of cattle too small. Should I stockpile more food? Now, we'll stick with Plough Song for the moment. Ashton or Roy is fine. We don't have a temple at Elmore. We need to fix that at some stage. But it is all good. It really is all good. Right, up the patrols and I suppose we're passing here. Rendella, one of the most promising young god talkers an older in your clan, has been neglecting her duties of late. She often disappears for hours at a time. Her uncle follows her one day and discovers she's been going to a forest to talk and laugh with spirits. When word of her activity spreads, some of the people are concerned. The world is full of spirits, some are good, others are bad. Most of them have their own selfish goals, like people. We can never be too sure where spirits are concerned. It will cost more to capture the spirit, but a captured spirit is a kind of treasure. We can't trust spirits, they're outside Hjort's laws. Spirit will do us no harm. Sacrifice to spirit and it will give us a gift. Its spirit is harmful, but I can convince the people otherwise if you want. Mark Law, go and convince them. They were skeptical. You failed. Right, Dark Season. Yeah, not a lot we can really do here. We can't really... Can reduce our temples a bit, but that's a bit dishonourable, really. Just working out which ones of these we can do. So I think what we're going to have to do now is start sacrificing to try and learn mysteries of things. So if we go to an older sacrifice for mysteries, 10 goods. We learn some of the mysteries of Erolda's blessing. Market and trading magic can no longer support trade with the Apple Clan. If we're part of a tribe, we can have more trading partners. Yeah, we need a bigger Risari's temple to keep that going. Still, that's not a bad thing. Right, then we need to get Shalana Royce, I believe. 2 people are sick, nobody's wounded. Sacrifice 10 goods to Shalana Roy. Learn the workings of the resurrection ritual. Priests and Thanes from the Grey Fox clan come to request the right to adopt Vobala, the young child of Karls, Verandva, and Robesart. A document written during the First Age says that a great hero of the knowing god will be born one day in Dragon Pass, and that she'll have a mark upon her forehead like so. This babe has the same mark upon its forehead. We ask to allow us to raise a child, as we are uniquely qualified to initiate her into the secrets of Lhankor Mhy. If we grant this request, it might heal the feud between our clans. Venarfa and Roosevelt will be sad to lose their child, especially to the enemy camp. The enemies are humbling themselves by coming to us. This is a choice moment. We should make the best of it. If we're going to request our enemy's unusual request, at least ask for magic or a gift of knowledge. Do not give anything away. Venarfa and Roosevelt will be sad to lose their child. The Grey Foxes and the Carls will agree. Heroic destiny or no heroic destiny. This will end in sorrow for Vobala. Hey, if I'd have known about this prophecy, I'd have made him pay you that mark a long time ago. Mark Law. Awesome. Let's go for a gift of magic. They said they would be happy to give us magic in return for the baby. Huzzah! Our magic is now up to 6. Right. Let's consider things now. We have a lot of food again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade some of it, I think. On to trade mission, we're going to sell food. And we're going to buy cattle. Now, who has the biggest cattle? If they say it's the Hendart, isn't it? They owe us a favour. Well, let's go and do that. Off you go. Right, now that that's done, let's go and sacrifice 10 goods to Elmol. Horse friend ritual. Caravan is back from the Hendati. We traded 50 bushels of food for 26 cattle. The Hendati have more sheep than we do. And they stole 17 of our cows. Darn it! I know of a prophecy which might concern us. I heard it, but I forgot where. It's on the tip of my tongue. The prophecy said that we would find the great tribe, just as the Orlife did when Inalda told him that we must do something that would rival the fire tribe. That we would find a great tribe, just as Orlife did. Interesting. Well, things are getting a bit better now. We're definitely now on the road to recovery. We have lots of goods in reserve. Obviously, we've hit our temple limit for the moment, but we can get around that. We have plenty of food in reserve. We're going to be trading a lot of that now, if we can keep that going. 25 more cattle, 20 more horses, 13 fewer sheep, 5 more people. So, Shadowhawk 2012. Until next time.